Chapter 1 Introduction. Moving from high school or college to the next stage of life is a big decision for many young people today, while further education, like university degree or vocational training, has traditionally been important for career and financial success. More youngsters are now choosing to work straight after school instead. This study aims to understand why they make this choice, looking at the reasons, challenge, and outcomes, as well as how financial, social, and personal factors play a role. There are five objectives of this study. First, to analyze the age of young people quantitative variable and their interest in further studies qualitative variable using graphical and numerical techniques. Second, to examine the shape of data distribution for the variables. Third, to compare the dispersion of the age of young people and their interest in further studies using the coefficient of variation. Fourth, to explore the level of interest in further studies among youngsters who enter the workforce early. Fifth, to examine the relationship between age, gender, and interest in further studies with the decision to work instead of continuing education. This study is significant as it provides insight into why young people choose work over further studies. The findings can help policymakers design better financial aid programs and promote vocational training. There are three limitations of study. First, sample limitation. The small sample size may not represent the broader youth population across the diverse socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds. Second, missing factors. The study does not account for other significant factors like peers pressure, parental influence, or local job market conditions. Third, self-report bias. The reliance on self-reported data for interest in further studies may be influenced by social desirability bias or participants' current situations.
Okay, for the next slide is about chapter 2, which is methodology. In here, I will present to you about data descriptions, graphical and also numerical techniques. First, I will go through about the data description first. In here, as you can see, first we have a population which is individuals, young individuals aged 18 to 24 who choose to prioritize work over further studies. And as for sample, we have 200 samples from various colleges and also training centers in others institutions. And as for sampling technique, we use a certified random sampling to represent age, gender, and also interest in further studies. Lastly, is about data collection methods, which is we use a structured questionnaire through online and also in-person survey. Next, for graphical technique, we have two types of variable, which is qualitative and also quantitative. Gender can be included as a qualitative variables, and interest in further studies and also age can be included in a quantitative. Both quantitative and qualitative, we use a different kind of graph to represent the data and also present the findings. As for qualitative gender, we use a bar chart as a presentation, and also interest in further studies and also age, we use a histogram as a graph represent. Furthermore, the other technique that we use is a numerical technique. The purpose of numerical technique is to solve problem that is difficult or impossible to solve. And these strategies are finds to minimize the accuracy and also efficiency of the solution. First, the measurement of central tendency. We calculate the mean, median, also mode. And as for measure of dispersion, we calculate the variance and also standard deviation. And as for the measure of position, we calculate the first, second, and also third quartile. And lastly, shape of data distribution, we calculate the Pearson coefficient of skewness to find either it's skewed to the right or skewed to the left.
Chapter 3, Result and Interpretation. This is the data presentation by chart of gender that shows the number of individuals by gender. For males, 100, females, 90, and others, 20. Males and females are nearly equal, while the other group is significantly smaller, emphasizing the need for inclusivity. For data presentation by chart of interest in further studies shows 60 respondents are interested, 40 are very interested, 50 are not interested, and 40 are neutral. The data suggests a need to address barriers affecting neutral or disinterested individuals. For data presentation histogram of age, it shows a normal distribution with most respondents aged 80 to 24 years. The mean age is 21 years, reflecting young adults, likely students or early career individuals. A standard deviation of 1.63 indicates moderate age variation with favor at extreme 60 and 26 years.
These are the descriptive statistic analysis. The study includes that both qualitative and quantitative variables. The qualitative variables are limited to the graphic presentation and frequency distribution tables, whereas quantitative variables enable a more comprehensive analysis. These include the measure of central tendency, dispersion, and quartiles, and the coefficient of variation to evaluate the consistency across the respondent groups by age, gender, and interest in further studies.
Next measure of skewness, which is defined as the asymmetric distribution indicating how much it derives from symmetry. A distribution is asymmetrical when its left or right sides are not mirror image. If the data is nearly identical, it is considered normally distributed. Example, by age, the distribution is slightly skewed to the right. While gender and interest in further studies, the distribution is skewed to the left. Next, correlation and regression analysis. This is the correlation scatter plot of expectation of future earning versus job type. Shows a weak positive trend with a minimal correlation, which is R equal to 0.103, which is not statistically significant, P less than 0.05. This indicates that job type has little effect on future earning expectation, which are likely influenced by factors such as education, experience, or socioeconomic conditions. Regression, the analysis showed no significant relationship between interest in further studies and age for R squared equal to 0.000. But adjusted R squared equal to negative 0.005, it is weak predictive power. But overall, the model was not significant. F statistic P equal to 0.819, confirming that interest in further studies does not predict age.
Okay, for the next part is about a correlation and also regression analysis. The correlation analysis shows a weak relationship between the variables. First, gender is negatively correlated to the main reason for working. This means that men and also women have different kind of motivation. Also, they have like a different reason for working. And also for the socioeconomic status, also negatively linked to future earning expectation. This is suggesting a lower aspiration for those from lower income background. Lastly, monthly family income is also negatively related to the job satisfaction. This is mean that people from the wealth family are really not satisfied with their job. Okay, next, as for the chapter 4, which is conclusion and also recommendation, this study aims to analyze quantitative and also qualitative variables using methods like bar charts, pie chart, and also scatter plots. It examines the distribution of data for both types of variables and compares the dispersion of quantitative variable based on the qualitative factors. The study also explores the correlation between dependent and also independent variables such as gender, age, and also interest in further studies. And the main focus is to analyze interest in further studies based on age like 18 to 24 and gender using graphical and numerical methods for clearer analysis. And this data also analyzed using SPSS. Okay, for the last part is a recommendation. First, we recommend to provide target support through mentorship, financial aid, and also gender-specific strategies. Second, address a financial constraint with loans, scholarship, and also flexible learning options. And third, we recommend to promote internship to highlight the benefits of higher education. Fourth, using data analysis to identify and support risk student. And lastly, explore factors like family background for future research to guide evidence-based strategies. Bye bye.